Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. It's going to be a real quick video. I'm ready for anything pointed out to me that PhilipDeFranco has apparently made a video explaining to the world, to his nation, exactly how he draws his winners, at least to one contest. And I kind of felt like, maybe I should say something, because in my drawing video, I kind of alluded to that, I basically said what he was doing was shady, so I just want to, set the record straight here. Here's the thing. I watched DeFranco's videos. Clearly, I don't watch all of his videos because he's pretty much a prolific video maker, and, I just don't watch all of his videos. He's got like 4 different channels. So I did miss that video. I'm going to put a link to it, though, underneath this video in the info section, so you can actually see how one of the bigger channels chooses a winner for one of their drawings. Listen, I get it. I've only got 11,000 subs. I get it. DeFranco has 2 million. Okay? There's a huge difference in the things that I'm capable of doing with this bag, with, 50-some entries versus what he get in his comments, 65,000, something like that. And I realize that he's not going to be able to do 65,000 of this. It's not going to happen. I will tell you, though, considering what kind of numbers we were talking about, was pretty impressed with the way he did it. I'm sure it's not a perfect setup, because I know YouTube's comment section is not perfect. But considering how many entries he has, yeah, big thumbs up to PhilipDeFranco. He should be, in my opinion, this is my opinion, he should be more transparent in the sense that, and he even admits that, he doesn't usually tell everybody who wins. I think that if you're going to be giving something away, you have a duty to at least, he's got a blog, he's got a website, he can at least post, okay, the winner of today's Amazon $100 gift card is whoever. Okay, I just think that would be the right thing to do. Another one of my subscribers, I won't bring up his name, but he basically said, take a look at Nothing Fancy. And I usually avoid any kind of discussion about Nothing Fancy just because some of, not all, some of his followers can be a little, shall we say, rabid. Rabid is the word. I don't know any other word that would describe him. Nothing Fancy, in my opinion, looking at, unless I've missed one of his videos. If you are a quote-unquote TNPr, and by the way, this is by no means slamming Nothing Fancy. I'm just laying this out there just like I did with PhilipDeFranco. If you're a TNPr and you know of a video where Nothing Fancy actually shows him drawing, because he's had several contests, shows him drawing a winner for one of his contests, or maybe if you can point to a video where he actually explains how he comes up with the winners of his drawings, I'd like to see it. Because here's the thing. Now, the last contest that I was made aware of his, I believe he was giving away, I want to say, Victorinox. So when you represent a company like Victorinox, you have a duty to be very, very transparent on what you do. And I'm not accusing him of not being transparent. I just don't know. If, like I said, if you're one of his legions, and he has legions of followers, if you could point to me exactly how he does it, or show me an example through one of his videos, I would appreciate it. Because, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not busting his balls, I'm not calling him out, I'm not accusing him of anything. All I'm saying is that from my observation, my very limited observation, admittedly, I don't watch his videos at all, but from my observations, his drawings seem not to be legitimate, to be kind of shady. And like I said, I'm not accusing him. It's very possible that he has a video out there that actually shows. Now, by the way, I don't have an issue with him saying you must be a subscriber, because that's completely acceptable as far as I'm concerned. I don't even have an issue with him saying that you must feature one of my videos on your channels. That's just marketing on his part. I don't have a problem with that. But I think that when it comes to, if you're expecting people to jump through hoops for your benefit, and listen, anybody that has a contest that denies that they benefit from it is not being genuine. They're just being, well, it's horseshit, okay? Because every time you run a contest, you do get exposure for your channel, especially if people are making videos, or if people are featuring, one of your videos on their on their channel page. So there is an advantage there. So anytime that you're running some kind of a contest where you're basically going to be making out, you have a duty to be very transparent. Now I know that I set the bar very high when it comes to transparency. I just do. But that makes me feel, for example, this deal with Case, where they sent me all those knives and I was giving away Case cutlery knives. I feel like because they supplied the knives for this giveaway, and by the way, that was really my idea. They sent the knives for me to review. They didn't send them for me to give away. I took it upon I could have kept all of those. They sent me 5 knives. I could have kept all 5 Case knives. But it was my idea to go ahead and give them away because that's just how I am. Now, did I benefit from them for the giveaways? Hell yeah, I benefited. Would I have rather kept the knives? I like giving stuff away, but I will tell you that blue mini trapper, it killed me to have to give that away. Mailed it out today, by the way. Anyway, I guess my point is if you're going to align yourself with a company, you have a duty not only to your subscribers and to yourself, but you have a duty to the company. So if you're giving away Victorinox knives, or if I'm giving away Case cutlery knives, you have a duty to make sure that what you're doing looks to be upfront, transparent, legitimate. That's all I'm saying. So once again, I am not accusing Nothing Fancy, or anybody else for that matter, of not being legitimate. I'm not accusing of anybody of any shenanigans at all. All I'm saying is that I would like to see some transparency. There's a lot of giveaways these days. And I just, I think we got to do it right. If we don't do it right, a couple of things are going to happen. One, we invite the long arm of the government to come in and start being accusatory, and maybe even, there could be even some indictments. I mean, I don't know. I know it seems a little out there, but truth be known, well, we'll get into legality of any of this stuff. But I mean, and here's the thing. If you start trying to give something away from a company, especially if a company is sponsoring you, and you screw it up and you don't do it right and you leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, then what's that going to say to the next company? Do you think the next company is going to be donating anything for you to give away? Probably not, because they're not going to want to take the chance. They're not going to want to have the liability. I mean, flat out. Because, for example, and like I said, I'm not accusing Nothing Fancy of anything, but if Nothing Fancy is giving those Victorinox knives away to his friends and alluding that he's giving it away to quote-unquote TNPrs, and that's really not what's going on, and that comes out, okay, let's say he gets busted doing that, and I'm not, once again, not saying that's what he's doing, but what do you think Victorinox is going to do? You think they're ever going to get involved with another knife giveaway by Nothing Fancy, or anybody for that matter? So he kind of screws the pooch for everybody. So anyway, and I feel the need to say this again because I don't need to be trolled by anybody from Nothing Fancy's camp, because they have a very, very, very bad reputation of doing that. I am not accusing Nothing Fancy of anything. But if you are a TNPr, before you slam me in this video, which undoubtedly a lot of them will, just show me a link to one of his videos that actually shows how he picks his winners. That's all I'm asking. I think that that's the least I think that's the least anybody deserves. So, and anybody else, if you know anybody else that's doing a giveaway and it doesn't seem to be quite what it should be, make a video about it. Call them out on it. Or you know what? I guess you could send them a message. And ask them, but ultimately I think it's literally up to them in the end. They're the ones that should be making videos. They're the ones. This is YouTube. We make videos. They're the ones that should be making videos saying this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm doing it. And when there are people who've done lots of giveaways, they should do that. That's exactly what they should do. And I mean, listen, I do the same thing. Look, I harp on my transparency every single time I do a giveaway. And there's a reason for that. And you know what's funny? Even with as transparent as I am, which is, I'll say 1,000 times more transparent than anybody I've personally ever seen, even with me being so transparent, I still get people accusing me of all kinds of stupid shit. Now some of them are joking, but I have had people say, this is rigged or you screwed me or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Show me anybody that's more transparent in giveaways than me. Anyway, that's all I got. See ya!